Hello friends, Sarah Sunstone here, bringing you the latest gaming news with Sunnyside Up. Today is October 13th, 2025. If you've been hoping to get your hands on Starsand Island, I have some amazing news for you today, but be sure to stick around through the video for some important things you should know before diving in, and also an unexpected crossover announcement with another very popular cozy game. So as a quick recap, Starsand Island is an upcoming life simulation game featuring a very wide variety of relaxing activities to enjoy, from bonding with adorable animals, exploring the mystical moonlit forest, connecting with the local residents, building the homestead of your dreams, and pursuing a new profession path. There's honestly so much to discover and enjoy. And I'm speaking from experience because I've had the opportunity, courtesy of the team, to go hands-on with some beta builds of the game for now a total of about 15 hours. And as of today, you too can try out the game for yourself because Starsand Island is participating in this season's Steam Next Fest. If you're excited for Starsand Island, please let me know by shining the lovely like button, which also really helps to support the channel, so thank you so much. So what exactly can you expect with this free demo, and what should you know before diving in? Well, first and foremost, like basically all demos, this one too will offer a limited sample of what will be the full game. The developers have shared that there will be an approximate playtime of about 2.5 hours total, so this build of the game will allow you to enjoy 5 entire days and nights on Starsand Island, so you can get a taste of the earlier days and also get a feel for the gameplay. Now, I'm guessing that you could play through the demo multiple times if you wanted to. So if the first playthrough you're more focused on, getting yourself oriented and just learning the systems, then the next time you play, you could use your time differently if there was, something else you wanted to explore that you didn't get a chance to in the first playthrough. The team has shared that in terms of content for this demo, you will be able to build relationships with your favorite characters and unlock meaningful storylines. Although do keep in mind that this will likely be quite limited compared with the full game, like very, very limited, since there's only so much you can actually progress a relationship with a character in those 5 days. You can also design and build your own house to get a feel for the building and decorating mechanics, which are very detailed in this game, and I've only scratched the surface with trying them out. It's not just decorating, you can totally build your own structure, brick by brick if you wanted to. So this aspect of the game is definitely worth playing around with, especially if you're a creative type. You'll also be able to create your own character, so you can browse and play around with all the options and, see what's there for you that you love and maybe some things that are missing that you would like to see added. Of course, you can also explore the island, including hidden spots to discover secrets, treasures, and useful resources. And honestly, this is probably what I would end up spending most of my time doing. There's a lot to uncover and stumble upon in Starsand Island. The town is especially fun to wander around. Here you'll discover lots of little animals, shops, fun mini games and such. I don't know how much of that is included in the demo, but I definitely would recommend going into town and seeing what you can discover there. Regardless of what you're most excited to check out in the demo, I definitely recommend taking advantage of this period of time to explore whatever you're most curious about or would most like to actually get your hands on in terms of mechanics. And you should do this sooner rather than later because the demo will only be available for a limited time. Now, it's not overly limited, so you will have from now until October 21st in the Pacific time zone to enjoy it at your leisure. And so far, it does seem like it's also playable on Steam Deck, so if you don't have a PC to play it on, that's more great news for you. Do keep in mind that regardless of the device you play on, the game is still a work in progress, so you could encounter some bugs or optimization issues, but this does also mean that the game is in a place where the team is still very much open and receptive to player feedback. I mean, I think putting out a demo like this for players to try and share their feedback on makes it very clear that they would like to continue shaping the game with that valuable feedback in mind. So now is definitely the time to share your thoughts after playing if it's something you're passionate about. Now, perhaps one of the most important things to take note of before diving into the demo is that because this is an in-development version of the game, all of your progress will be wiped once the event ends. ends. So your progress will not carry over to the full game. And I think it's important to be very clear on that. Now, I personally think this is preferable for me because I'd rather restart those first 5 days once the game is released to experience the final product as the team intends it to be. I also personally would definitely appreciate and probably need that onboarding refresher in those early days once, the time comes for it to be the full release. But this is really important to know before going into playing so your expectations are, in alignment with all of that. And if you'd rather just wait for the full release to play at all, that's also totally your call. Now, although the demo is only available on Steam and Steam Deck, Starsand Island will be releasing on many different platforms, including PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S, with the date actually set for February 1st. Now, we are still waiting to hear about their potential plans for the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2, so of course make sure you subscribe to my channel with your notifications on to stay in the loop. Finally, for today's news, we actually have an unexpected crossover planned for Starsand Island. And although it has yet to be confirmed exactly what this crossover will be, officially, and we'll have to wait for more details, the team did tease it, so we can definitely speculate. So this is the official image that they shared for the collaboration preview, teasing that mysterious new visitors are coming to the game. They further shared that while everyone is busy exploring the island, 2 mysterious guests are getting ready to set foot on Starsand Island. Now, although some of you might recognize these silhouettes right away, they did also offer 3 clues to help solidify the speculations. The first clue is architect, the second clue is small town youth, and the third clue is siblings. So who do you think these 2 mystery guests are? To me, these silhouettes immediately looked like characters from the My Time series, and if they are siblings, I think they must be Ginger and Gust from My Time at Portia. Now, I personally have not played Portia, only Sandrock, so feel free to share your thoughts with me on this down in the comments. Finally, the team shared that this special collaboration is on the way, and these 2 guest visitors are ready to meet our islanders after the official version is released. So it does seem like they will be added as a post-release update based on that wording in the announcement. Also, since they described them as visitors, I imagine they would act almost as tourists or special visitors who would maybe appear for a certain event or festival, for example, but not permanent additions to the game in the form of like an NPC or something. I think this is a really exciting idea. I would always love to see more cozy game crossovers and like life sim crossovers. I just think it's so fun, and I am curious to see if the characters will be designed in the style of Starsand Island. I mean, I imagine they would be to fit in with, the art direction of the world. So that'll also be really cool to see how the Portia characters translate in Starsand Island. But there you have it, friends. That's the latest news from Starsand Island. Be sure to share your thoughts with me on all of these announcements down in the comments. Anything and everything, I always love hearing from you. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. And until next time, take care.